before we get into today's scheduled programming, I have a question for you guys. Have any of my viewers, have you guys seen the show Euphoria? I know I'm late to the game, so more than likely all of you have seen Euphoria. But I'm curious to know if any of you have ever watched Euphoria, because that show is a whole entire trip, which I guess it's supposed to be. But like, I binge watched all of season 1 in about a day and a half, and I'm now caught up for season 2. And I want to know thoughts, because nobody that I know in real life actually watches this show, mainly because I'm in Canada and there's not a lot of places that you can stream it for free or like even watch it on TV, I guess. So I literally got the Crave app solely so I could watch the show, and it is nothing like what I expected it to be. But yeah, I was just curious to know if any of you guys watched it and what your thoughts were on Euphoria, because man, does that show have my mind blown. But yeah, so that's the first thing that I wanted to get to. Anyways, let's get into this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Elle.K here for another video. I'm so sorry that I didn't post anything for the last week of January. I was so sick. Like, I literally woke up with a headache or like a migraine every single day last week. I don't know why. It was just crazy. Like, I had to have all my blinds closed. Didn't really want to leave my room. It was just a nightmare. I was just not feeling great at all. That's why I didn't post anything. I tried to do a couple of YouTube shorts for you guys, but that was pretty much the extent of what I was able to do. So I am very, very sorry about that. But we are back on track for February. Guys, it's February. It's Black History Month. It's my time. You guys know I love this month. February and October, those are my times. My fiance's cat will not shut up because she's in heat yet again. Yay. But yeah, it's one of the best months of the year, so I'm so excited. Before we jump into my TBR, I'm gonna let you know, if you're new to my channel, how February kind of works here. What I typically do is at the end of all my videos that I post in February, I will do a little tidbit about a prominent person in Black history and give you a little bit of information about them, so that way you can further go and Google them on your own and get more information. But it's just to kind of make my viewers more aware of important people throughout Black history, and yeah, it's just something that I really like to do. So it won't be in this video, it'll be starting from my next video. So you can look forward to that. So make sure for my February videos, you watch all the way to the end if you want to get that little snippet of important information. So there was that. And then also, oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for all the support that I got for my You Ask I Answer series that started in January. I had so much fun filming that video. I love talking to you guys in the comments down below. I will be doing it again in February, so start leaving your questions from now. Bonus points if they are Black History Month related, that would be great. And we can have a discussion at the end of the month. That was really, really fun, and I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it too. Anything else that I need to touch on before we get into this? Obviously, you can see from the title down below, we are doing my February TBR, my first TBR for the year. Holy, it's insane. I can't believe, well, I can't believe we're already in February, because January is like 76 to 86 days long. Like, it's pretty much its own little year. So I'm excited that January is over and we're actually moving through the new year now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I am wearing my Black History Month stuff. You can't see it because of how I'm sitting, but I have my Malcolm X sweatshirt on, and well, one of my Malcolm X sweatshirts on, and I love it. This is the sweatshirt that I wear when I want people to give me dirty looks at Walmart. It's hilarious. But yeah. So without further ado, let's get into my February TBR. All right, guys, so there are so many books that I want to read this year, but for February, I'm keeping it strictly Black authors, obviously because it's Black History Month. There's also a Blackathon going on that's run by Jessie, Messy Jessie, or Jessie and Bow Ties and Books, something along those lines, I think is her channel name, or their channel name. So you can go check that out. I'm not participating in it this year. I have a massive TBR that I need to just kind of mow my way through. So this is what's on it. Some of these books I've talked about before, but I tried to pick books that I know I haven't shared with you guys before. So if there is a book on here that I said I was going to read in February, but it's not in this video, I am still going to try and read it, but I didn't want a lot of repetition, so I wanted it to be books that I haven't really talked about yet. So let's get going. Okay, yeah. So the first book that I have on my TBR for February is called When You Look at Us, and it's by Pamela and Harris. So this is the cover of it. Really, really beautiful cover, like stunning cover. And this is following two characters. The first one is Jay and his sister Nicole. So Jay and Nicole, I don't remember where they live, but they live in a rougher area. Nicole is dating a drug dealer and she goes missing, and Jay is trying to find her, but he can't really garner a lot of help. It's a very big issue where women of color who go missing tend to not get the same amount of, how do I say this? I guess the same amount of attention or care as when non-women of color go missing. So Jay is realizing this firsthand as he's trying to find his sister and potentially save her from whatever mess that she's in. So I'm very excited to read this one. I like that it tackles this issue here because it's one that I feel like is talked about readily, but not given enough attention because the people who are talking about it are already the ones not getting the attention in the first place. So I'm very excited to read this book and see how it goes and kind of what stance it takes. So the next book that I have on my list is The Black Kids by Christina Reed, and it's following the 1992 Rodney King riots, and we're following our main character, I don't remember her name. Ashley, yeah. We're following our main character, Ashley, who is black and lives, but her family is very wealthy and she lives on kind of like the white side of town. It gives me like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air vibes, like Carlton's hat, like that house. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting from this. But obviously we're in the middle of the Rodney King riot. So our main character is left with this decision of, does she, you know, fight for the rights of her people who are not as privileged as she is, or does she stay in her kind of comfort area, bubble slash, you know, safe haven with her white counterparts and just kind of ignore what's happening? Similar vibes to The Hate U Give, although Ashley is obviously not the one who started this riot, even though Rue Star was not the one who started it in The Hate U Give either. But it's not as personal for Ashley, at least from the synopsis I gather. It's not as personal for her. So I am very curious to see how this book tackles a similar issue to The Hate U Give, because The Hate U Give was nothing like what I thought it was going to be, and it was very well done. So I'm very curious to see how this one goes as well. The next one that I have, I don't think I've ever talked about it on my channel, and it was a recent purchase from last year. It's called No One Here Is Lonely by Sarah Everett. This is the cover from it. I got it on the bargain bookshelf. I had never heard of it. Okay, so we're following our main character, Eden, who has recently lost her friend, Will. He has passed away. I don't know how, but he's recently passed away, and her life is kind of just shattered, as understandably. So all she has left of him are old text, voicemails, DMs, and stuff like that. So instead of and it's her last summer before she goes off to college. So instead of kind of living her life, she finds herself stuck with this non-existent connection, like this virtual connection with her dead best friend, and she's kind of got to learn to let that go and actually go out and experience the world and keep on living, just even though her friend has passed away. I'm so excited for this one. I feel like, and I get this a lot on BookTube, when non-people of color, non-booktubers of color are going out there and picking up a whole bunch of books from Black authors and stuff like that, they tend to pick up books similar to The Hate U Give or Black Kids or I'm Not Dying With You Tonight, stuff along those lines, and that's great. Don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting those books in any type of way. That is fantastic. Pick up those books. But then these ones kind of get overlooked where, you know, you're just following a main character going through trials and tribulations of life the same way any main character would, but they're Black, so their experience is a little bit different type of thing. And these books, I want to highlight them because they're just as important in humanizing Black people. So I'm very, very excited for this one, and I encourage people who are looking into reading more books by Black authors to seek these ones out too, and add that to your list of ways to educate yourself on the Black experience. So definitely don't overlook books like this. These ones are, I have high hopes for this one. Oh, My feet are falling asleep. I need to get a chair. I need to get a chair. Okay. So the next one that I have here is, it was really, really popular, not last year, I think the year before, and that's A Song Below Water by Bethany C. Monroe. There's actually a sequel to it now, and the sequel, like the cover of it looks so dope. Like the cover art is just beautiful. Here it is. And we're following two best friends who I believe they live in Atlanta. They live in Atlanta, or like they live in a white area. And they both have the secret of they're either sirens or they're mermaids. Not that I know the difference, but I'm pretty sure they're sirens, and nobody knows that they're sirens, and they need to keep that a secret. So that's all I really know for this one. I'm trying to think on if I have the audiobook or not. I don't think I do, but regardless, it's really not that long. So I'm really excited to get to this one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So I definitely want to get to this one sooner rather than later. I need to finish my current read so I can like properly jump into these books, and I don't even have that much left of it to read, so I need to get that done. The next one that I have is a nonfiction, and it is a autobiography. It is Will by Will Smith. This I am pumped for. This I did snag the audiobook for, and I will follow along. This book looks freaking amazing. I think I mentioned this in one of my January videos. There's some of the pictures in it. Will and Jada are like one of my favorite celebrity couples because of how open they are. Like they are just unapologetically honest, and I love that about their whole family. So I'm very, very excited to read this. Not to mention, again, cover art beautiful. Oh my gosh, this is such a nice cover. I'm not kidding when I say like my end of year wrap up, like picking my favorite cover is going to be hella hard, guys. Like it's going to be difficult. The next one that I have was also, I think, really, really popular last year, and that is 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. Again, beautiful, like so, so beautiful. I see this book circulating around Book Talk, and people were like crushed by this book. Like, I mean, hardcore crushed. And I am very excited to read it. So all I'm going to go into this knowing is that it says 7 days to fall in love, 15 years to forget, and 7 days to get it all back again. That's all I want to know going into this book. That sounds hella dope. I don't know if it's going to be like, what was that movie where there was like a car, and Channing Tatum is in it, and there's like a car crash, and the girl goes through the window shield, and like she forgets everything, including the fact that she was either in love or married to Channing Tatum, which, and I don't know how you forgot that, but she forgot. And he has to like get her to re-fall in love with him or something like that. Like it gives me, I don't know if that's what it's going to kind of be like, but that was a good movie too. Mind you, distracted driving. This is why we do not kiss and drive. Like, sorry. And then the last book that I have here, I also don't think I've talked about yet on my channel. That is, okay, so this one is called Facing the Sun by Janice Lil Mather. Really pretty. It gives me like the Ace of Spades thing with the reverse head, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so it's Facing the Sun. This one is about four friends who I don't know if they actually are friends. We've got four characters who are going to collide and kind of shift each other's life and perspectives. This gives me, what was that book? It was Not We All Fall Down. Oh my gosh. I've Lost My Way. Yeah. Okay. So this book gives me I've Lost My Way vibes, and I loved that book. That was a book that was so unexpected for me. I literally didn't know what to read and just picked the first thing up that was on my shelf, and it was I've Lost My Way. Beautiful book. So anything that is even remotely close to being similar to that, I am automatically pumped for, and this seems like it's going to give me those types of vibes. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for this one. Those are the, what is it, 2, 4, 6. Those are the 7 books that I'm hoping to get to in February. Hopefully I can get to a couple more because we need to mow this TBR down. And January was a bit of a slow month, but I feel like January is slow for everybody. I don't know. But yeah, so those are the 7 books that I want to read this month. I'm super excited. If you got this far in the video, why don't you go ahead and leave a fist? You can go ahead and leave a fist in the comments down below for me, so that way I know that you made it to the end and you are also pumped for Black History Month, because we are always pumped for Black History Month on this channel. I'm psyched. Also, don't forget to leave your questions in the comments down below for my You Ask I Answer episode 2. That'll be coming at the end of the month. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!